I have been really paying attention to book to movie, movie to book adaptations lately. I don't know what all that was. But I've started to realize that I have an easier time with certain types of movies after reading the book, specifically horror movies. If you know me in real life, you know that I am the most terrified person. A cat's trying to break into my room. She'll make it in eventually. But I'm terrified of horror movies. I hate jump scares. I am absolutely terrible with them. I, most of the time, choose just to not watch them. But my boyfriend loves horror movies, grew up on horror movies. His family is a movie family. I have never really been huge on movies, only because my attention span, my ADHD has my attention span at an all-time low some days. And I just have an easier time focusing in on books rather than movies. I should probably just let her in. She can wait a little bit. But I wanted to talk about books that I've read and I want to see the movie, movies that I've seen but I want to read the book. I'll talk a little bit about book movie adaptations I've already seen. I also have some where I want to read the book and see the movie I like to compare. I like to see the differences. There are so many, and I could only talk about a portion of them, but I also want recommendations. So if you have any recommendations after watching this video, please give them to me, and I will see what I can do with them. Let's jump into the books and movies I've already read and seen. We'll just breeze through those, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the other ones. My cat has arrived. I don't know if she'll meow into the mic, but I'll see if she'll talk to you. What's going on? She won't talk. She heard somebody else talk, so now she's leaving again. This is how my cats are. They want in and then they immediately want to leave again. But first we're going to talk about the books and movies I've already seen. I don't know why my under eye bags look so terrible right now, but we're just gonna roll with it. I have a nice little list of all the ones I wanted to talk about. So we'll start with, obviously, the ones that I have checked off the list already. 1922. I've talked about this book and this movie so many times. I'll put pictures of them side by side somewhere on the screen, probably here and here. I absolutely adored the book, absolutely adored the movie. I think it was the most accurate movie adaptation of a book I've ever seen. Next, not so much, Salem's Lot. Now, this one has multiple movie adaptations, so I'll try to put little pictures for all of them. I was not the biggest fan of Salem's Lot when I read it, and I was even less of a fan for the movie. I've only seen the original Salem's Lot movie. I do want to watch the other ones that they came out with after that one. I don't see myself liking them any more than the first one, but I will at least give them a chance. Next, this one I actually like the movie better than the book, which is rare. Cujo. Most of these are Stephen King. It's just kind of how it ended up. If you're not into Stephen King, I am sorry about that, but we will also talk about other ones. But Cujo, the movie was pretty accurate to the book. The book wasn't my absolute favorite, but I really liked the movie. Most of the time, I try to read the book first, then watch the movie. It doesn't always happen that way, but that one was an okay one. Next, another Stephen King, apologize, Shawshank Redemption. The book, or the story, is Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption, and then the movie is just Shawshank Redemption. I really loved the book, and I did really enjoy the movie too. I felt the casting was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. It did a really good job of copying what was in the book. Oh, it was a good story overall, so I think it would have been kind of hard to mess it up. It's a short read, so that was nice. You could literally probably read the book and then watch the movie in the same day. It's really, really short, but that one was good. Some of these other ones I watched in school while I was in high school, so it's been a while. The Life of Pi. I was in an honors English class for my last 2 years of high school. We read The Life of Pi and then watched the movie after we read it. I wasn't super big on the book when I read it. I think I would like it more now. I do want to do a reread, but the movie was really good, and it actually was a really good adaptation of the book. I do wish that they would have kind of included that last tidbit of the book where the big twist happens in the movie, but I don't remember that being in there. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I just don't remember it. Next, To Kill a Mockingbird. I loved this book. The movie was a little bit hard to get through, probably just because we were high schoolers. Like, we were literally 16 years old when we were watching this. It was not a very exciting movie to watch, but it was a pretty good adaptation, I would say. Last one I'm going to talk about in this category is Animal Farm. You already know this is one of my favorite books of all time. I also adore the movie. The movie was so well made, in my opinion. It was a good adaptation, but it was also really good visually. Like, the visuals included were absolutely amazing, spot on. I think that everybody should both read the book and watch the movie. It's just the best way to consume that story. Next, we'll talk about ones that I've seen the movie and I want to read the book. So be prepared for that. I'll start with my Stephen King ones now so that we can get those over with. First one is Carrie. I absolutely love this movie and I cannot wait to read the book. I've had it for a while and just kind of kept forgetting about it, but I'm also kind of scared that the book will not be as good as the movie and I'll be disappointed because I really do love the movie. Hopefully I can get to that one before the end of the year. Next is The Shining. I actually liked the movie, but I've also heard that it was nothing like the book, and Stephen King was very upset about it. So I have The Shining. I've been waiting to read it for some reason. I think maybe I'll read it around Halloween time. I think that would probably be the best time to read it, along with my next Stephen King, which is It. It is probably going to be one of the longest books I will ever read in my life. But I do have the book, and I have seen the newer It movies. Not a horror movie person, but my boyfriend's family really is. When we first started dating, his family, this is going to sound absolutely terrible, and I know it's terrible, but they invited me to go see It Chapter 2 with them in the movie theaters when it came out. I really, really wanted to have his family like me, and I was too nervous to tell them that I had never seen the first one. I had never seen the original, and I was also absolutely terrified of horror movies to the point of panic attacks sometimes. So I went with them, and it wasn't that bad, but I also just didn't look at the screen for a lot of the movie. So I technically have seen It Chapter 2, but not the original or Chapter 1. So I want to read the book and then watch the original movie, and then the newer ones I can rewatch. And my boyfriend will be happy about that because he loves horror movies and will take any chance to watch one with me. Next, Lord of the Rings. I did not think I would like these movies, but I actually did really, really like them. Me and my boyfriend like to do movie date nights on nights that we just kind of want to stay in, but we still want to do something special. Usually we will order at like a Japanese steakhouse, like a hibachi place, and we'll order takeout. We'll bring the hibachi home, and we'll make a little blanket pillow fort type thing in the living room, and we'll watch movies together and eat our hibachi. It's a really special thing that we do, and I really, really enjoy it. We did that for all 3 Lord of the Rings movies. Best way to watch it is with hibachi and a pillow fort. Just gonna let you know. The next one I'm like iffy about, American Psycho. One of my boyfriend's all-time favorite movies, so he convinced me to watch it. I tried to read the book. I got not even 50 pages in and DNF'd it because I just like could not. It was so boring and oddly written, and I know it's like that for a reason. I do want to give it another try now that I have seen the movie. Hopefully I'll like it better. Next is one of my favorite movies, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I am a psych person, you know this by now. It is a very psych-based movie. I absolutely adore the movie. I love it. I finally got myself a copy of it in the cover that I like secondhand, so now I can finally read it. Next on the list is World War Z. I have it. You can see it over here in the corner. But I'm not a big fan of zombie stories, like not books, not movies, shows. I'm not a big fan of the zombie thing. Justin really loves zombie movies. Funny enough, he seems to like a lot of things that I'm not very into, but he's getting me more into them. So we did watch World War Z together because he wanted me to see it. The movie was okay. I didn't hate it. I've heard the book is not as good, but I'm one of those people that if I find out the movie has a book, I have to read the book. So I have the book. I will read it at some point. Next is a good one, a classic. I have 2 classics in this category, actually. Jaws, the OG Jaws. Such a good movie. Absolutely amazing. I've never read the book. I really want to read the book. So at some point I will have to get it and read it. Last is Jurassic Park. I've seen every Jurassic Park movie, every Jurassic World movie, never read the book, really want to do it. So that's the last one in my movies that I've seen category. Next, we'll talk about the books that I've read that have a movie that I haven't seen yet. So we'll get ready for those. These, I tend to read the book and then watch the movie, so I've been kind of picky about when I read a book, because if I find out there is a movie, I need to be able to watch the movie. If I can't find it for free somewhere, it's going to take me a little bit to get to it. But first on this list is a man called Ova, however people say it. I've heard it both ways. This book absolutely destroyed me. It broke my heart. I was like sobbing so hard. I was heaving like red in the face. It was embarrassing, but I did not think I was going to like the book when I read it, and then I end up loving it. There is a movie adaptation. The name is different though. It's A Man Called Otto. Not sure why they had to change the name, but Tom Hanks is in it. It looks good. My boyfriend knows that I really liked the book, so every once in a while he'll send me like little compilations of clips from the movies. He has stopped doing that now because I watched one of them right after he sent it to me, and we were in the same room as each other, and it literally made me sob right in front of him. So I'm a little bit scared to watch that movie. I know it's going to make me cry because I will think about the book. I'll get to it eventually. Maybe on a day when I'm home all by myself and nobody is there to see me cry. Next, very different book, Lord of the Flies. I read this book for the first time in 2024, so last year. I didn't even know there was a movie for it until my mom told me there was. So now I have to see the movie, obviously. I wasn't I liked the book, but I wasn't a huge fan. I wish that there had been a better ending to it. I think that is my biggest complaint. But, you know, I like a good ending. Sue me. Next is a book that I did not like. Fahrenheit 451. I really did not enjoy this book. I have heard that the movie is not great, but I still want to watch it anyway. Who knows, maybe I'll like the movie better than the book. Sometimes seeing something versus reading it just like helps you connect to the story better and understand better. Hopefully the movie of Fahrenheit 451 will do that for me. I did not like how it was written. I'll stop hating on this book because I know it's loved, and I will move on to something else. The Help, this book right here. I loved this book. It was put together in a really, really nice way. It was emotional. It had me angry. I was upset. I've heard there is a movie. My mom has also read this book, but never seen the movie, so I'm hoping we can kind of have a girls' night kind of thing, and we can watch The Help together. Who knows if it will ever actually happen, but those are the books that I've read that I want to watch the movie for. There are probably so many others that I just haven't really looked into or know about. That's really all I have for that one. I did pick out a small group of books where I have not read them and I have not watched the movie, but I want to. So we'll talk about those next, and we will end on those for this video. Let me get those all put together. Most of the books in this category are horror books. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I love reading horror books. So I'm hoping that reading the book will make the movie easier, but I have one single book on this list that is not a horror, so I will talk about that one first. It is The Hobbit. I have seen all of the Lord of the Rings movies. I have not watched The Hobbit yet. I have all of the Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Haven't read any of them yet. I really want to. Since I've seen all the Lord of the Rings movies first, I kind of want to watch The Hobbit first and then read it, just to keep that consistency in the series. That is definitely going to be a date night activity for me and my boyfriend, since the other movies were date night activities for us. We'll see when we get to it. Now, into the horror books / movies. I have not watched some of these only because they are horror movies. I am terrible with jump scares, terrible with paranormal horror movies, like that kind of stuff. But a book that I have, you can actually see it over here with the little bit of red on the top and the rest of it is black. The Exorcist. This is a movie that I have refused to watch for the entirety of my life because I know that it will traumatize me. But I have started to learn that reading a horror book and then watching the movie makes the movie easier to watch for me. I kind of know what's coming. I know what's going to happen, so it doesn't really freak me out as much. The Exorcist is one of Justin's favorite horror movies, and he has been trying to get me to watch it for the entirety of our almost 6-year relationship. I told him, let me read this book, and then I can try watching it with you. I also would love it if he would read the book. I've heard the book is so much better than the movie, has so much more going on than the movie does. So maybe I'll convince him to do the audiobook version of that one with me while I read it. We'll see if it actually happens. I'm terrified for that one, so I think I've been putting it off because of that. But I will finally read it this year. I am determined. Next is Pet Sematary. This is another Stephen King one that has multiple movie adaptations, so I will include both of them in my little pictures. I have not read the book and I have not seen either of the movies yet, only because I know that it will be absolutely terrifying. My aunt told me that when she read Pet Sematary for the first time, it gave her nightmares and she couldn't sleep. So I have high hopes for the book. The movie I know will freak me out. I do want to watch both adaptations, so maybe that'll be a whole activity. Once again, my boyfriend has seen the movies, so I'll end up watching it with him. I already know it. His family also really loves the movie, so maybe I'll watch it with them as like a fun night with his family. Next on the Stephen King list is Misery. I want to read the book and I want to see the movie so badly, but for some reason I keep getting distracted and just not reading it. I also don't own a physical copy of this book yet. I have it on my Kindle, so I'll get to it eventually. Unfortunately, when books are on my Kindle and I don't have a physical copy of them, it's out of sight, out of mind. I forget it exists. So at some point, I will get to it. Maybe I'll do a video talking about the differences and what I liked and didn't like. Who knows? But last on the list is Psycho. It came out a long time ago, I'm pretty sure. It's like the classic shower scene kind of slasher movie where she like pokes her head out of the shower curtain and is screaming while getting stabbed in the shower. Like that Psycho. I don't have the book yet, but I've been looking for one with a cover that I really like. So at some point I will read it and then I will watch the movie. That one, since it's an older horror movie and it's also a slasher, which generally don't scare me as much, I think that one will be easy for me to watch. So that one will be nice to start with. But that is my entire list of books and movies. So I hope you enjoyed this video a little bit. If you have any recommendations for book movie adaptations, please put them in the comments. I really want to continue on this book movie journey. I will see you next time. Happy reading and happy watching. Bye.